Wake up everyone, Mac DeMarco is finally releasing a new album that isn't just full of demos and instrumentals. What's up guys? I guess it's been so long since I've uploaded that Mac DeMarco is finally releasing a new album, and despite what I first thought when I heard the name of the album was Guitar, it's not just another instrumental album. So today I'm using this momentous occasion to take a look at the simple beauty that lies in Mac DeMarco's production and songwriting on this new album from the singles that have come out so far. And I'm going to show you how you can apply that to your own music with a little demo track as we go along. But with that being said, I do want to mention that the best way to support the channel is by checking out my online shop, where you can get drum kits, loops, and mixing and guitar tone presets, as well as other things to help make your music. And I've decided to discount my everything bundle for the next few months. So if you want to support the channel, please check it out. And now let's get on with the video. So the main thing to getting this sound right is keeping things very simple. You don't need too many different sections in your song. Keep the structure pretty straightforward. You don't need any crazy chords or key changes if you don't want. Don't overload your mix either with like a whole bunch of different layers. Keep yourself constricted a bit and hold back. You know, sometimes a simple song without too much can be just as impactful as a 100 layer behemoth. Just take a look at any of the tracks on Elliott Smith's Either Or album. He just used like one mic, I'm pretty sure, an SM57, and very few tracks. And that's got to be one of the best albums, well, at least one of my favorite albums of all time. So I'm just going to be keeping it very simple with 2 guitar tracks, a track for bass, a track for drums, and I'll leave one open for vocals. That's 5 layers in total, or rather 5 instrument layers if you want to comp some things. So first off, I'm starting with the drum sound, and you want a very tight and minimal kind of sound. Very few mics and very close to the kit with little room sound. And you know, not too big of a kit, not lots of toms and stuff. You're not going all John Bonham. Here I'm using a Mac DeMarco inspired loop from my Solid drum loop kit. I also have a more specific indie tailored drum loop, but here's how it sounds. And for the guitars, I'm using a Strat, of course. What other guitar would you use for a Mac DeMarco video? And I've got a simple clean tone with just a bit of vibrato, and I'm slowly strumming some chords, also palm muting. And if you want some ideas for chords, you can check out my indie chords video, and that'll be in the cards in the top right. So here's what I played. Then I played a simple melody over that, also on the guitar. And lastly, I played a bass line, and I'm palm muting and playing with a pick for a subdued and plucky sound. And the trick here is to actually use quite a thin pick to get some extra pluck out of it. And I'm also making sure not to overplay here, because that'll end up sounding quite muddy and quite bad, honestly. So here's what I've got for the bass line. So here we have our 4 layers, and we could add and add and add and add until it's a really complex and super polished track, but it takes some real constraint to just leave it as is. Really, there isn't much more that will meaningfully change the song that we can add, apart from maybe some vocals. I've got the core concept, and that's good, and I can be happy with that, and just leave it there sometimes. With the simplicity of it all, it's no wonder Mac had hundreds of these songs laying around. There's no need to spend hours and days working on something just to not release it. And that brings me to something else. I kind of want to talk about Mac's sort of philosophy when it comes to releasing your own music. And that's just to do it. He released an album with over 100 songs of just demos, for crying out loud. Just because he wanted to hear it. Just because he wanted people to hear it. So, for crying out loud, just release your music. And I'm one to talk myself. So I'm going to go try release some music myself. And so should you. So if you liked the video, please leave a like. If you really liked it, please consider subscribing. And if you want to support the channel, again, please check out my online shop. And now here is the final track.